his case law is in the Trifold. He's doing exactly what I teach you to do. He's doing the step by step by step, exactly what I teach you to do 10 years ago. This man was so far ahead of you and I, it's not even close. We're all playing catch up. I set up everything I set up in this man's vein. He blazed the path. He has his Fifth Amendment right. He has his license, registration, and proof of insurance exactly as I teach you, and this video's 10 years old. Everybody do me a favor, just real quick, hit the like button. If you would just do me a favor, just super fast, just take your finger and hit the like button real quick. Just take, it's a little thumbs up thing. It's right down here, it's below. And if you get anything at all from my website during this live broadcast on deletelaws.com, and I want you to get a Trifold in your car, that's my real goal, or get the 5A cop card in your hand. I mean, and I'll give it to you for free. You can print it out yourself if you don't have any money. There's no barrier to entry to work with Team Delete Laws, but I will not withhold any of my products from any person who needs them. It's just that simple. So that is Philip Turner, also known as the Badasow. And if you guys didn't notice, if you guys don't notice, he's holding up in the window, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Turner versus Driver. If you guys are not familiar with the case law of Turner versus Driver, which is number 2 on your Trifold, it looks like this. When you see the case law called Turner versus Driver, that's Philip Turner right there. That's the man who created this case law. By him filing his lawsuit, he's the one who created Turner versus Driver, which upholds your right to film police. So someone sent this to me yesterday, and I was like, oh, wow. I watched it, and I thought to myself, he was ahead of his time. In Turner versus Driver happened 2015 or so, and then by the time he got it to the circuit court or district court, they then ruled in his favor, and that's how we have the 2017 case of Turner versus Driver that's on your Trifold. You can get this on my website right now for $9, $30, or if you don't have any money, I'll give it to you for free. You know, on those free ones, man, I can't click my finger enough times. There's so many people. So if I don't get it to you right away, please be patient. There's so many hundreds of people who have contacted me to send them free stuff. As you guys know, I am dedicated. I have not stopped. But this 5A cop card, I highly recommend everybody gets these. I only have 1,000 and I'm giving a bunch away. And you just got to get this in your wallet, you know, especially that non-driver number 4. Everybody goes through this right now on the streets. The cop demands ID, says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. I'm looking at number 4 here. And then while filming, I'm going to say, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as a good citizen. No IDs required. And then in the navy blue is the law. Hibble versus Nevada, with reasonable articulable suspicion, citizen must state how they ID. You do not have to give ID without probable cause. You can laminate this yourself and get it printed out yourself. And then it's only $10 or it's free. Either way though, once you get it, they're identical cards, but one is a credit card, like a hotel key, and the other one is one that I laminated. There's no difference in the words. They both work the same with your camera. There's no barrier to entry. You know, you have to have it. I'm constantly talking about getting your license, your registration, and proof of insurance on a laminated card. And what Badasow is going to show you right here from this video, maybe could be 8 years old, right? He's going to show you that I just took his ventures and I've stood on the shoulders of what Philip Turner has done. We are all standing on the shoulders of people who came before us. And the sad part is that when the new level comes along, some of those people who were previously ahead of you really resent that they're not the new level. But he doesn't. Philip Turner is not that way. He doesn't care. Philip's never had anything but positive interactions with me. I've never had a single harsh word with the guy, and I've known him since 2012. So, I mean, he's not my best friend. We don't hang out. We don't talk. But the interactions I have had with him, he's been respectful and cordial and polite. Matter of fact, when he made his icon, the Badasow, he sent it to me and asked me what I thought of it. And I said, it's awesome, dude. It's awesome. It's totally cool. You're creating a moniker for yourself. You know, I didn't realize how important that was back then, but I do understand how important it is now. Let's take a look at what he does and how he does it. Look at what that says right there. It says, I remain silent. No searches. I want my lawyer. Philip Turner was just ahead of his time, because now we do that so much more succinctly in a Trifold. What he has right there, what do I always teach you guys? You have to have the literature on a piece of paper. You don't have to have my product. Look what Philip Turner did. Copy what he did. You don't have to buy anything from me. You have to have your camera, though, and you have to have your rights written down on a piece of paper. And Philip Turner, in the very beginning of this, he's showing you the sign he uses. Let's read the rest of it just real quick. Please put any tickets under the windshield wiper. I do not have to hand over my license, Texas Statute 521.025. Thus, I am not opening my window. If you force me to sign 343.005, requires you to promptly release me as soon as I sign. I will comply with clearly stated lawful orders.
So, pulled over by the Arlington Police Department.
Look what he's doing, folks. He's doing exactly what's on your trifold. Look at what he's doing, people. Take a look at what he's doing. He's doing exactly what I teach you every day. And he's doing this in 2015. He's doing this in 2014. Philip Turner is doing exactly what I teach you. There's his license, registration, and proof of insurance right there. He's got it on the glass. Now you can go down to FedEx Kinko's and get everything put here and stick it in your window so you don't got to touch it. This man is 10 years ahead of us. He was 10 years ahead of us. Before I ever made a trifold, Philip...
Turner, Sergeant Pierce at the Arlington Police Department. The reason you're being stopped is because you were failing to dim your headlights. You were driving behind me with your high beams. I see that you got your license and your insurance pushed up against the window. Can you tell me if your address is correct?
Can you tell me if your address is correct? And because Philip Turner did this maybe 10 years ago, what did we learn? That they're always trying to get additional information like your address and your cell phone number. That's why it says on the trifold right here, use the address on my ID. I'll give no additional information. Everything I need to provide is in the slip below. Philip Turner's doing exactly what I'm teaching you 10 years ago. This dude, Alibaba, bro. Philip Turner, you are the GOAT. Philip Turner, you are on mountain high. We are all just trying to catch up with you now that you showed us the way a decade ago. Look at what he's doing. I didn't realize that I copied this man. I didn't realize I copied everything he's doing. He has his license, registration, and proof of insurance on the glass, like I teach you. He has his I plead the Fifth Amendment right there. He even has on there, use the address on my ID. Like, he's doing exactly what I've put together for the masses 10 years ago. Philip Turner, bro, I salute you, my friend. You are the man, dude. You are the man.
Mr. Turner, is your address correct on your driver's license?
Is your address correct on your driver's license?
Is your address correct on your driver's license?
Look same thing I teach you. He didn't say hello, didn't greet him, doesn't even acknowledge him, other than that there's someone outside my window bothering me. And then he points at, I mean, when I watched this yesterday, I was beside myself. Cop asked the question, what do I tell you to do? You're watching the GOAT, the greatest of all time, who got case law created. His case law is in the trifold. This man's case law is in the trifold. He's doing exactly what I teach you to do. He's doing the step by step by step, exactly what I teach you to do. 10 years ago, this man was so far ahead of you and I, it's not even close. We're all playing catch up. This man is the leader, and we are behind him following his lead. I set up everything I set up in this man's vein. He blazed the path. I am a follower. I am following Philip Turner. I always say I'm a leader. Not today. Not today. He has his Fifth Amendment right. He has his license, registration, and proof of insurance exactly as I teach you. And this video's 10 years old. And this man got case law passed. You wonder why he got case law passed? Look at his resolve. The cop is like, and the cop's going to keep on going. Hey, I need your address. The address on your ID is different than your registration. I need your address. Philip Turner won't freaking budge. He won't budge. He's doing what I want you to do. If we all do this, traffic stops change nationally. Get your trifold right now. Go to deletelaws.com. Whether you get the $8 one, the $30 one, or you get it for free, I don't care. Just get it.
You need to answer the question. I need to know an accurate address.
He said, you need to answer the question. He said, I remain silent. No searches or seizures. I want my lawyer. He said, you hear him? He said, you need to answer the question. No, you don't. What he did not do was invoke his Fifth Amendment right.
You need to answer the question. I need to know an accurate address for you.
He's the greatest. This guy's the greatest.
So he has an address on his insurance card of 2300 West Taylor Street, apartment number 708, but his driver's license shows 842 Topaz. He's
showing us the scene so we can see what's happening to him. Bat us out. You're the man, dude.
Which one of these is the correct address? We have two different addresses up here. You can point to one.
That would be answering your question.
You're required by the state of Texas to identify your address. Your name, your date of birth. You're required by the state of Texas to identify your address. Your name, your date of birth, and your address. Are you aware of that?
Look at the resolve of this man. Mimic him. Copy him.
Hello? You need to listen. I need to know your address.
He's using his phone like a ninja. Look at him using his phone, people. I'm beside myself. Everything I've been teaching you, this guy did 10 years ago. You're the man, Philip. I mean, I got nothing but accolades and praise for you, friend. You are the leader, dude. You taught us. I didn't realize I copied everything you did. I didn't realize it. I have copied Philip Turner. Even down to where, here's how much I've copied Philip Turner. And subconsciously, because Philip and I were acquainted through Photography's Not a Crime, we both worked as writers for Photography's Not a Crime a decade ago, a little more. And that was led by a guy named Carlos Miller, who I'm going to do an interview with over Christmas. Carlos Miller was the original OG cop watcher. And that was in Miami. They'll trace it back to a group in Berkeley, I believe. But when it became a national movement, there was a combination of two different groups. First, Carlos Miller coming out, and then Pete Irie and Adamo Freeman coming out of Cop Block out of New Hampshire. I know because I flew up to New Hampshire when I was writing for Panac to Photography's Not a Crime, to support those guys and hire them to do stuff just a way so I could give them money, you know. And it wasn't a lot of money. It was just a couple $100 or something. But those were good dudes that I wanted to support. And I was an executive in Manhattan at the time. See how he uses his camera, folks? Look how he uses his camera. Always putting it up, always showing that he's got that camera. Correct address again. Look how patient he is.
Which one is your address?
That's forcing you to answer a question. So he again.
That's the only one you can point to. Hey, two different addresses up here. So which one is it?
Notice the patience. Look at the camera. He's working the camera. He's showing them that they are being put on camera. That's called the Hawthorne effect. I learned this from my friend Preston Branker, who taught me about the Hawthorne effect. Okay, you see how he's got the paper like that? He's got the paper, he's got everything. He's got his rights printed out on paper. You see that? He has his license in his hand. See that? Fifth Amendment, I remain silent. It's not the Fifth Amendment in the right-hand side over here. Now he's wedged it up into the seal of the window.
It says here that you will comply clearly with stated lawful orders. I need to know what your address is. This is
It's not a lawful order. I'm gonna narrate this a little bit for you so you understand.
It says here that you will comply clearly with stated lawful orders. I need to know what your address is.
It's not a lawful order for you to tell me that I have to answer a question. He says to you, you have to tell me what the law, you have to tell me what your address is. Whatever he is saying that you have to comply with a lawful order, it is not a lawful order if he's forcing you to go against your God-given civil liberties that are recognized by this government.
This is not your address. Is this your address? Or this is your address?
So he's playing F the Police in the background right here. I just can't take a chance on playing that. But he turned it up way up loud. He's black. He's got a song. So now he's slipping the ticket through the window, but in the trifold that I want everybody here to get, that I have reduced to $9 that I'll give to you for free if you can't afford it, right? I mean, I want you to get this fancy indestructible trifold one because I know it comes with this fancy broccoli wad rubber band, goes over your visor. Then I know everything, your license, registration, proof of insurance, all goes up here, so I know your hands aren't going below the steering wheel. But in your trifold, when the cops come up and you start filming police right away, this guy's named Philip Turner. And number 2 in the trifold is Turner versus Driver. So he got case law established that forces the police to respect our rights. This guy is the most effective auditor of all time, bar none. Jeff Gray, Carlos Miller, you know, the guys from the original cop block, Adamo Freeman and Pete Iyer, James Freeman changed the game of auditing altogether. You know, he is one of those pioneers of this movement. I think what Long Island Audit did over the last couple days, you know, I mean, and what Sean Paul Reyes just did in New York, getting the federal injunction against the different police precincts across New York that you can film inside the lobby. You know, these are things that you have to recognize as that are things that are great for us, for the people, because everything that we do is for the people. You know, there's nothing that a true activist, someone who really, really cares about freedom and liberty and about actually causing change, you know, there are moments that must be recognized. And these are a few of those moments now that I just listed.